Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, what are we talking about today? We are talking about our approach to problem and, crisis management. Anytime there's a crisis or a problem, what are we going to do? And how are we doing it? I have always said that the problem in itself is not a problem, but the approach with which we, look into the problem is the problem many times. We are so much into anesthetic solutions, Anesthetic solutions are solutions which, give us comfort, release, or relieve the pain, and give us some false comfort within a short period of time, and then we go back to the same problem again. Why am I saying this? Look, for example, I'll use this example of a bumpy road. If the road is not in a good state, and I'm plying that road with, say, my bicycle, and then my tire is punctured, if I'll mend the puncture and continue with my journey on that poor road, then I stand to get another puncture. So the mend puncture will only give me some, it's a fast remedy, but not lasting. Because, come on, I'll still get a puncture because the state of the road is not really good. So society has so much been into anesthetic solutions, but that is not the way to go. We need to come up with a permanent way of looking into the solutions that we have. We have had this food insecurity problem for a long time, for example. And what are we doing? We are so much running into relief food. Relief food is not going to solve our food insecurity problem. It will not. Why? How much of relief food am I getting as an individual? You are only giving me, say, 10 kgs of rice, 5 kilograms of beans, 2 or 3 liters of oil. How long will that last me? It won't last me forever. A week or two, and I'm back to the same problem. So why aren't we investing then in food production, in value addition? Why can't our governments and society come together and invest in projects that will guarantee us food production? Why? That is a question we have to ask ourselves. Another issue, we're having a problem of insecurity, especially in our country, Kenya. A lot of insecurity. What is the government doing through the Ministry of Interior Coordination and National Planning? What they will only take us through is sit back in Nairobi, enjoy tea in their offices, make those media briefs they do, telling us how they're working, only for problems to come up in areas like Laikipia, in areas like Isiolo, in areas like Elgeyo Marakwet, Pokot and Baringo, and then we see them flying with choppers, mounting security ops 2 or 3 times a day, putting dusk to dawn curfews, which are not necessary. I mean, that is just an anesthetic solution. By the time you're doing that, the bandits have already, unleashed their menace on innocent Kenyans and ran away back into their hiding dens. So you come, plunder security up. Then what happens? You get nothing. You go back to Nairobi, and the cycle continues. These guys go back in their dens. They plan again. After a few times, they strike again. This is not a good way of handling our issues. Ladies and gentlemen, as a society, we need to sit down and deliberate on how we are going to come up with lasting solutions to our challenges. We cannot expect changes if we are using the same old ways to solve the old challenges that we have had. I mean, this food insecurity and security lapses that we are having have been here with us over time. Is it time we changed our approach on how we look at security? Can the government calm down and engage the locals on what exactly should be done? Can the government invest more in security infrastructure? Can the government engage more in wananchi, in food production? Find out which areas are good in the production of which foods. And then we have so much depended on maize and wheat. Is it high time we started looking at other ways of producing other foods, be it millet, sorghum, potatoes? Is it a high time we looked into other sources of food? I mean, we have Lake Victoria with us, we have Lake Turkana, we have Lake Naivasha, we have Lake Nakuru, and I mean, we can invest in food, fish, seafood. We can invest in that, and it will do us a great favor, So I am just of the opinion that we should look into a different way of, approaching our problems. If we will approach our problems with the same manner in which we created them, then we cannot expect results. No. We cannot expect results if our approach will be the same old habits. It will not help us. Thank you so much for creating time to be.